Today we're going to discuss the 4 reasons to hate the new year.
Welcome to Brett and Eric Discuss.
Today we're going to discuss the 4 reasons to hate the new year. In our previous video, you may have seen that we talk about New Year's resolutions and 10 things that you can do, or 12, something roughly 3 groups of topics that you can focus your energies on for the New Year's to help you improve yourself, to improve your life and improve your quality of life, happiness, etc. So today we're going to discuss 4 reasons that the new year stinks, that we don't like it. So, Brett, I think one of the things that faces the majority of people is credit card debt, right? If you're a gift giver, you probably have credit card debt. And I know personally we try to avoid it, but it almost seems like it's impossible to go through the holidays with the cash stash.
Well, it's hard. Everybody has cash outflows during the year that you have so many bills to pay. You take care of your bills, your groceries, things you have on charge that, if car payments, mortgage payments, other things that you've bought and that are on payment schedules, and your money's stretched pretty thin. You tried maybe to save money throughout the year for Christmas.
Yep.
And some banks and credit unions have little Christmas savings programs.
And if you have a savings program like that, good for you.
Yeah,
Way to be
excellent.
Smart about financing it.
And maybe this is one of the things to learn, though,
Yeah.
is that you need to maybe start, say, come Labor Day, or maybe even before the summer.
Come Memorial Day in my case.
Yeah. New Year's Day.
Yeah.
And start putting the money away. But, people go to credit cards, and, most people then take a couple months in the new year to pay off that credit card debt. And then they're credit card debt free for the rest of the year. That's the way my parents were, but they could never get through the holidays without having some credit card debt. From what I was told, just because you want to buy the gifts, you want to buy the turkey, you want to have a nice time for the kids, and the kids don't understand the concept of money, and you want to do the best you can.
Yeah, you need a new furnace right after Thanksgiving, such as my case this year. So.
Yeah, or tires for the car, because now the winter comes and you realize your tires are bald. Maybe they weren't all that great going into the summer, the heat, whatever. So that's tough. So, it really, the takeaway, as much as you say the word hate, and I hate using the word hate in our political climate and so forth today with everything going on. But
this is a lighthearted hate, right?
Yeah, lighthearted hate. But these are the things that trip you up with your New Year's resolutions, is the way I look at it.
That's
these
a good
4
point.
things.
Yeah.
These are the things that actually, plague you, or, just self-destruct, because these things get in the way of what you want to do. But the takeaway on this one, folks, the how-to here is somehow create a savings plan. As we talked about, you want to save more and spend less during the year. This is probably where you do want to spend some money. So put some money away. Whether you earmark it, it's in the bank, and you earmark it on a piece of paper, you put the cash in an envelope, or you open up a second savings account.
If you layer that expense across several months, it's not crushing, right? And I think that's where a lot of people get hung up. You have normal, the tires you described, the furnace in my case, that's normal life. That happens 24/7, 365, our whole entire lives. So if you spread out that Christmas spend, in our case, over several months, then you can still accomplish what you need to without putting it on a credit card. What about the next one, Brett? So my challenge is that we take some time off around Thanksgiving, we take some time off around Christmas, we take some time off around New Year's. So in less than 2 months, actually, it's about 6 weeks, you have several days, if not weeks, of vacation. Then you hit the ground in January, and you don't get a vacation again until the end of May.
Well, I think sometimes the Thanksgiving time to New Year's really sabotages us starting the new year on many fronts. You're right. You don't have any extra time off. It's depending on your industry, whether you get President's Day off or Martin Luther King off, maybe your company, your industry takes that day. Otherwise, you really don't get it. until the spring. And let's face it, even if you do get some time off in the dead of the winter, it really doesn't seem like a fun, long weekend.
Exactly.
Right?
And half the people probably don't get that time off, right? You might get, the other half will get a day here or a day there, maybe Good Friday or something.
Yeah, but I think it's really tough. And I like the other one you sent me, 27 hours of darkness.
Every day.
Now, you must have a different clock in your state than we have here. But, that's almost par for the course in our political environment today. So you got 27 hours a day. And I'll tell you, there was a year that I spent a winter up in Finland.
Oh, yeah, they really do get a lot of darkness.
Yeah, same as Alaska, part of our own country. And you do get a lot of darkness, and the sun never really gets up in the air. It's just kind of behind the pine trees. If it wasn't for all the cold weather of the snow and the frost, you wouldn't get anything to reflect any light. So that was, helpful. So I think really the combination of the darkness, no fun long weekends.
Almost 5 months without a vacation or holiday.
Yeah, credit card debt. These things really plague you. The other one,
I was going to say, if you want to talk about things weighing on you, let's talk about the other one.
Yeah, the 20 pounds you gained from Thanksgiving turkey dinner through to the new year. So you set these New Year's resolutions, and all of a sudden you're down in a foxhole that seems like it's in quicksand because you want to lose weight to start with, but you just realize, crap, I just gained 20 pounds even though I wanted to lose 40.
You're like, I just lost 20 pounds, which means I'm right where I was before Thanksgiving.
Well, maybe even you added on top of where you were from Thanksgiving. The darkness, so you don't want to go outside. You're not energetic.
And it's a lot of places are icy, slushy, snowy, dangerous to be out exercising.
Yeah, the top half of the country, you're right.
Yep.
You can't really walk or run very well. Some people, the true runners do, but you can't really cycle. You really just don't have the energy to go to the health clubs. And right now with COVID, health clubs are a place that people are trying to avoid.
Yeah. Yep.
They're doing the best jobs they can, and if you have a good one in your community, try to support it. But a lot of other people are just like, hey, I just, for another 9 months, I just want to back off. But that 9 months just sabotage your New Year's resolutions.
You're 20 pounds, right.
And then also having the credit card debt. Mentally, that's hard on you. That's weighing on you mentally. How am I going to pay this off so I can get ready for next year? So
I think it's a stressful time, right? Because and that might be one of the reasons that the holidays are stressful for people. You're spending money on gifts. You're worried that they're going to be disappointed that the gifts aren't what they wanted. You're going to have maybe difficult or in some cases crushing weight of debt after the holidays. You're coming into a period without really a good, nice holiday break for several months after that. The weather's pretty iffy in a lot of places. And if you've put on the holiday weight, it's like, gosh, no wonder the holidays are stressful and one of the most difficult times of year for people. Not to mention that a lot of people expect to have close personal connections during the holidays, and let's face it, this year that's been really hard to do.
But also, Eric, traditionally holidays are tough times for folks because some people don't have all those wonderful relationships.
That's what I mean, the close personal connections.
Yeah, they don't even have them. They're lonely. Their life isn't the typical Leave It to Beaver life that we used to see on TV. And most people's lives aren't. But everybody thinks everybody else's life is perfect. Mine's the only crappy one, and they get depressed over that. And that's where, when we talk about the New Year's resolutions, trying to do things that can strengthen you as a person and strengthen you spiritually, with the connections of friends, reach out to people, take care of yourself to get through that. But you're 100% right. Holidays are stressful. And then the start of the new year just seems brutal. It's kind of like, when you went to school as a kid and you'd step in the ditch and you get a soaker, the water would come over your rubber boot, go down in your boot, and you got to walk the rest of the way home or to school with cold water in your rubber boot. That's kind of the way the new year starts out.
Yeah. It feels like the beginning of a long race, like a 10K run or something. That's a long one for me. You know that you want to do this, and you know that you could have a good race and you could feel good about yourself at the end of the day. But between that starting line and that feeling is 6 miles, and the first 2 or 3 of them are going to be really, really painful and difficult. and hard to get yourself into a groove, and hard to get a cadence that you're comfortable with and feel good about yourself. And you know that you've got to get there, and if you want to have a good year, you got to start out right. But darn it, people are like, yay, new year. Well, 2020, yeah, I'm not going to be disappointed about leaving 2020 behind us, but it's tough. If you're feeling tough about this, then you're not alone, right? So the other thing I want to say, Brett, to your point about the people that don't have those close connections, if you're one of those people struggling with that, don't be afraid to look for help. And kudos to you, just getting up in the morning. Like, some days it's tough for all of us. So kudos to you for just getting up in the morning and being you. The world needs you. So keep doing it.
And just try to find a way to reach out, to some organization, whether it's a church or, whatever that is, friends, in your community, family. Whatever. Yeah. Maybe you've lost that connection to a family friend or, or a family member. Who knows what water went underneath the bridge. Forget about it.
Right.
Just make a call. They'll be happy to receive the call.
Yep.
But, well, I'm okay with a 10K run, but that's because I'd use a car and I'd have the heated seats on. But to that point, Eric, I think both you and I need to kind of come up with a way to challenge ourselves and encourage each other so we can lose the weight that we've already talked about losing, and maybe that will be a segment for future videos. How we're trying to do it.
Maybe we get someone to comment down below about it.
Yeah,
Give us some suggestions, contest or something.
Maybe they can make suggestions, or maybe they want to participate. But we all can do it. And maybe if we do it as a group from distance, it will work, opposed to trying to do it by ourselves and getting depressed because of the darkness, because of the extra 20 pounds, because it just seems like, the time is not fun because it's dark and you don't have a nice summer long weekend coming for a long time, credit card debt, all the things we've talked about. We got to do it. You got to come up with a plan, and you just got to do it. And we need to come up with a challenge between the two of us, and then somehow track it. It's not so much one to win and one to lose. This needs to be a win-win where we both get down to where we want to get down to. That's the goal for everybody listening. We want everybody to achieve whatever you want to achieve.
Yep. So that's a great idea, Brett. Crushing debt, credit card debt, 5 months without a long holiday, the 20 pounds of weight that we've gained.
I wish it was only 20 pounds.
Right, and the 27 hours of darkness. So we're heading into that, and during this discussion,
you must be using metric. Are you using metric for the 27 hours? Is that the
lost
difference?
In the conversion.
Yeah,
sorry.
Yeah, must be.
On top of all this, we're going to throw in another challenge to challenge each other. Actually, no, this isn't a challenge, right? We're not going to compete. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, no competition. This is teammates.
It's encouragement. It's teamwork.
Teamwork. We're on the same side of the table. We're working together.
See, that's a good approach, I think, because the last thing I need is one more challenge right now.
Yeah.
All right, folks. We hope you've enjoyed today's discussion. Thanks for tuning in. Give us a like or a thumbs up or subscribe or ring that notification bell.
Give us some suggestions. We need help too. Everybody needs help.
Topics. Yeah. So thanks for watching.
Good luck in the new year, everybody. Take care. Be safe. Be healthy.
Happy New Year.
Thank you very much. Happy New Year.
Yep.
Hey, thanks for watching Brett and Eric discuss. We hope you enjoyed the video. If so, give us the thumbs up.
If you have any comments, we'd love to hear from you. Please leave a comment down below.
Also, if you haven't already subscribed yet, please do so.
Next to that subscribe button is a notification bell. If you like these videos, ring that bell.
Yeah. It's going to be hard for you to be nice to me, but you're going to have to try to be nice to me.
I like you.
I'm glad I got that on film.
I can cut that out later in the editing.
Yeah, you do the editing. That's true. I'm in trouble. Okay.